Okay, before we do anything, I want to show you how to get ready for the quiz for tomorrow. You will go into MBPS ESOL. You might want to try to get into MBPS ESOL before you leave. If you haven't tried to get in, you should try and do it before class is over, in case we need to redo your password. So if you have any trouble getting into MBPS ESOL, talk to me after class or send me an email later. Alright, here's our class. And this is the chapter that we're working on right now. This is just like before. You can click here or here to get to the reading. If you click here, you will see videos of our class session. For some reason they're really wide and really small, but what you can do is once you click on it to play, you can go over here and hit full screen. So in MBPS ESOL, all of you guys should be able to get into MBPS ESOL now. God, that guy talks a lot. You should find. But he is handsome. In this video, you get to watch yourselves. Yay, exciting. All right. So anyway, if you didn't understand everything in class, you can go and watch this. You can rewind it, go forward, go backwards, pause it, and if you still don't understand something, you can email me or you can Skype me, and I will generally write you back. If it's after 10 o'clock, I probably won't because I'm old and I go to bed early. The next thing to do to study for the test for tomorrow is to go to the flashcards here. I make things so easy for you. I'm such a good teacher. Here's your flashcards. These are all the words that we've talked about. You can have it where it's both sides. I actually, when I was a student, I liked to study and have the word on one side and the definition on the other. If you want, you can print these. All you have to do is click on Study These Flashcards, and there's a place to print it. You can also, if you want, play a game. And if you need to make this bigger, just drag on the corner there and make it bigger. And then you can say, Start the game. And then you have to take one thing and move it to where the answer is. Who can tell me what the answer for this one is? Terrified. Man, you guys are going to get A+. I can just tell. I'm going to have to make things harder for you guys. Okay, what about quickly and a lot? Sharply. Oh my God, you guys are so smart. There we go. Alright, so that's what you can do. You can also play. There's some other games in there if you want. So those are the flashcards. Then, after you've studied the flashcards a few times, you can go and take the practice quiz. And this quiz will be just like the quiz that you'll have tomorrow. Every time you take it, it changes things around and moves it around. You need to go to the bathroom? Sure. So you can take this 1 time, 2 times, 5 times, 7 times, as many times as you want. It's not a real grade. You'll see a grade there, but I won't see it. You can practice this tonight as many times as you want. And then tomorrow when you come in, you'll go ahead and take the quiz. We'll do the quiz on the computer. What I'll have you do is turn your desk so I can see your computer, and then you'll take it on the computer. So, yes. Multiple choice and true false. Well, I know it's such a huge question. I was thinking about putting 2 or 3 questions where you have to write a short answer. So, yes, most of it's going to be multiple choice and true false, and then there's going to be like 3 or 4 questions. So, for instance, I might ask the question, why were submarines important to the UK during World War II? And you would say, because they were an island and submarines could keep ships away from coming. Okay, I might ask, who are the Axis and who are the Allies, the main 3, for instance. What other questions might I ask? Who won World War II? Maybe. China. So anyway, so you should expect multiple choice and true false, and then 3 or 4 short answer questions. This is Vlad, by the way. But I call him Super Vlad. Okay, so let's go ahead and finish where we were before. We finished this page, and then we were about to talk about this timeline here. Let's see if I can make this a bit bigger. Hey, who can read this part right here? I need my special blue pencil. Clara.
September 1930. Germany invades Poland. France and Great Britain declare war on Germany. Political control.
Very good. Okay, so Germany invades Poland. Who can tell me what the word to invade means? Neo, go ahead.
It means attack and win.
To attack and win, yes. So you take your armies and you go into another country. You say, okay, this is my country now. Ha! Yes. Oh, I'm so sorry. Michael. Very good. Okay, so to invade means to use an army to go into another country. Very good. What's the word in German for this? Yeah, is there a word like that in German? Yeah? Very good. English comes from German. Part of it comes from German and part of it comes from Latin and Romance. So we have a lot of words in English that are very similar to German. Okay, what about to declare war? First of all, what does to declare mean? Yes. To start a war, yeah. Daniel, what were you going to say?
Yeah, if you say to something, I want to war with you, I want to fight with you.
Mm-hmm, exactly. Very good. And Alvin. So what's the word declare mean? I think you said it. It's to say something, right? So to declare is, my name is Mr. Handsome. To say something out loud to a bunch of people. So it's kind of formal. So to declare war means to and usually this is a formal thing. It happens in Congress. The politicians get together and they say, we are declaring war. People vote on it, and then they say, okay, we're going to war. Okay, who can read this next part right here? Christine, you get to go next, Zoe.
During the 1940, France surrendered to Germany. Battle of Britain.
Very good. What's it mean to surrender? To give up. Yes, that's right. It's Kyle, right? Very good. To give up. To give up fighting. To lose a war. Very good. There's another word in here, battle. Who knows this word? Battle. Tell me, Manho.
Using the tanks and soldiers to fight.
Yeah, it's a fight, right? It's a big fight. How is this different than a war?
Using gun.
Who says this?
That was not a war.
Yeah, a battle is a little fight. It's a big fight, but it happens once, right? And when you have many battles, that's a war. Okay, everybody got that? That might be a good question for tomorrow. What's the difference between a battle and a war? Uh-huh. Oh, yes, I'm sorry.
I think you can find more than three.
Terrence?
Yeah.
Okay, very good. Did I forget anyone else? Okay, good. So, different than a war. All right. And the Battle of Britain begins. Okay, good. So these are our timelines here. Where is Poland? Who knows where Poland's at?
Next to Germany.
It's next to Germany. Very good. I'll show you a map in a second of that. Here's a cartoon right here. Everyone knows what a cartoon, right? What's going on in this picture?
It's the logo of the Germany.
Exactly. Very good. That's the logo, the sign of the German Nazis. There was a special word for it. Does anyone know what it was called? You guys know what it is. Anybody else know? Tell me. Fascist was the type of government they had.
Punish.
Zoe, tell me what this thing was called. We call it something different in English. We call it swastika. Swastika. That's not a word in German?
No.
Really?
The heart is like this,
Uh-huh.
and the kreuz is this.
Ah, I see.
So also make a kreuz and then the heart.
I see. Nobody in here will know what that is. Let me write this for you. Swastika. I wonder if maybe this is a Jewish word for that symbol, maybe. I'm not sure. Extra points if somebody looks up where this word came from. Originally it was in Buddhism, but I think it's turned around. Maybe that's what it's called in Buddhism. Maybe it's Sanskrit for...
Symbol of
Ye-
also it's the meaning of man. Or if this thing jump to left, it's the meaning of woman's.
Interesting. Huh. I know in Buddhism it was the symbol for good luck.
Yeah, no, it was a symbol for the sun.
Symbol for the sun. Really. Wowie. Okay, so that was the swastika. Let's see. Fascism. Since we talked about it, we might as well say what it is. Can anyone tell me what fascism was? Let me show you what a fascis is. This comes from Roman times. Does everybody see this right here? I'm going to go up. This symbol right here, the Romans used this. This was an axe, like what you can cut wood with or chop somebody's head off. And then there's a bunch of sticks, pieces of wood that are like this, all wrapped together. The Romans leader used this, especially a military leader, to show that he had the power to punish with the sticks if a soldier didn't do what he was supposed to do. Or he could use the axe, this thing right here, to chop off the person's head. So it meant total control by the leader of the soldiers that worked for him. So fascism comes from that word. And you don't need to know about the sticks. Maybe I'll give that as extra credit. But fascism is a system of government where the government has complete control. This is a very simple explanation of fascism. It's much more complicated than that, but for now that's good. So fascism, swastika, we talked about it. So in this picture, what's going on? Somebody explain. What's this down here? It says Poland, right? Zoe, tell me. Uh-huh. That's right. So it's like a big rock on top of Poland, and there's probably this guy up here is supposed to be Hitler. Let's see here. Who have I forgotten? I know we've had a few people talking. Zoe. Georgie, I just got you. Did I miss anyone else? Yeah? Okay, very good. All right. Let me make this smaller again. Okay, so in the beginning, in September 1939, Germany invades Poland. France and Great Britain declare war on Germany. So France and Great Britain were worried when they saw Germany go into Poland. They said, hey, if they can do it in Poland, they can come do it in France, or they can do it in England. So they said, we've got to stop these Germans now. Crazy Germans. And in June 1940, France surrenders. Germany does invade France, and the French lose, and Germany takes over France. And then the Battle of Britain begins. And the Battle of Britain was a very famous battle. Does anyone know anything about the Battle of Britain? Nobody? Yes, the Germans start sending bombers, big planes with bombs, and they start going over England and dropping bombs on London. The British start sending fighter planes, little planes, to go up and try and shoot down the bombers. Next month, in about, I don't know, 3 or 4 weeks, we'll actually get a chance to go on a field trip to go see some of these big bombers. Let me show you what they look like. It's really fun. These are the kind that we'll get to see, and we'll get to go inside of it, and you can hold on to the guns, and it's pretty cool. There will also be some fighters there. these kinds of planes, small ones. And before we go, we'll watch a movie about the air wars that happened. Yes.
What means WWI?
Oh, sorry. World War II.
Oh,
Yes. A lot of times we just say, when we write it, we write WW2, because there was also WW1. Hopefully there will never be WW3, because we might all be dead. All right, so the Battle of Britain was a very famous battle that was in the sky over England. And in June 1941, the Germans invade the Soviet Union as well. In the very beginning of the war, Hitler said to Russia, to the Soviet Union, hey, listen, let's be friends, okay? Hey. And the idea, what Germany wanted to do was be friends. Let's look at a map of Europe here. Hitler's idea was that if he could keep the Soviet Union, if he didn't have to fight a war in the East with the Soviet Union, he could use all of his armies and all of his planes to fight against France and England. Once he got control of France, though, and once he had Poland and Czechoslovakia, he suddenly said, hey, Soviets, guess what? We're not friends anymore. And so then he switched all of his armies and went to the east to attack the Soviet Union. Let's see if I can get out of here. So further on our timeline, the Allies invade North Africa in 1942. North Africa being in here, Morocco, Algeria, Tunisia, Libya, Egypt. Big wars were fought in North Africa between the Allies and the Axis. Most of the wars that happened in here were done with what kind of, were they? Well, there were planes, but some of the most famous tank battles with the big metal cars with guns were fought in the deserts in North Africa here. There were some important battles. This word right here, the Allies defeat Japan. Oh my gosh, we don't have very much time. What's it mean to defeat someone?
It's the opposite of win.
Actually, if you defeat someone, you won. Exactly. That person was defeated. So, okay. Are there any questions so far? Okay, I'm going to let you guys go early. And if you have any questions tonight while you're studying, feel free to email me and I'll try and get back to you. Have a good day.